Welcome to BookTube English. Let's improve our English while exploring the most widely read books in the world. This channel features a variety of genres: self-help, business, health, religion, and spirituality, all organized into separate playlists. Have you ever felt like you're hunting for love? Like it's a prize to be won, a treasure to be found in someone else? What if I told you that this very hunt, this search outside of ourselves, is the reason we so often end up feeling lost, hurt, and disappointed in our relationships? What if the greatest love story you'll ever experience isn't with a partner, but the one you build with yourself? Today, we are diving deep, and I mean really deep, into a book that promises to change everything you thought you knew about love. We're talking about The Mastery of Love, a practical guide to the art of relationship. A true gem from the Toltec Wisdom series by the incredible Don Miguel Ruiz and Janet Mills. Now, if the name Don Miguel Ruiz sounds familiar, it absolutely should. He is the legendary author of The Four Agreements, a book that has been a New York Times bestseller for over a decade. It's a phenomenon. His teachings have reached millions across the globe, selling over 12 million copies of his books in the United States alone and translated into 46 languages worldwide. The man is referenced as a national treasure in his native Mexico. And what makes him so special? He has this incredible talent for taking the most complex, tangled human issues like love, fear, and happiness and distilling them into simple, powerful, common-sense wisdom. His story itself is one of profound transformation. He was a neurosurgeon, a man of science, practicing in Tijuana. But a near-fatal car crash changed the course of his life forever. It was a wake-up call that led him away from medicine and onto a spiritual path, guided by the ancient Toltec traditions of his mother and his ancestors. He merged this ancient wisdom with modern perspectives to create a philosophy for personal freedom that resonates so deeply with people today. And he's not alone in this journey. This book was co-authored by Janet Mills, the founder of Amber Allen Publishing. She is the force who helped bring the entire Toltec Wisdom series to the world, a series that has sold over 15 million copies. She's also the publisher behind Deepak Chopra's The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. So when these two minds come together, you know you're in for something truly transformative. So what is The Mastery of Love all about? The title itself is a bold claim, isn't it? The Mastery of Love. It's not called The Search for Love or The Hope for Love. It's about mastery. The book opens with a powerful premise. Most of our suffering in relationships, the drama, the jealousy, the neediness, the pain, it all stems from one thing: fear. And these fears are rooted in beliefs and assumptions that we've been programmed with since we were children. Ruiz calls this programming domestication. Think about it. From the moment we are born, we are taught how to behave. We learn from our parents, from school, from religion, from society. We learn a system of reward and punishment. If you're a good boy or a good girl, you get a reward. A smile, a treat, a word of praise. If you're bad, you get punished. A scolding, a frown, a withdrawal of affection. So very early on, we learn to perform. We learn to wear a mask to please others, to earn their love and acceptance, because we are terrified of being rejected. This process of domestication creates what Ruiz calls the image of perfection. We build up this idea in our minds of what we should be. I should be smarter, funnier, more successful, thinner, more athletic, more patient. The list is endless, and crucially, it's impossible to live up to. No one can ever be this perfect image. And what happens when we inevitably fail to meet this impossible standard? We judge ourselves. We punish ourselves. We reject ourselves. This self-rejection is the deepest wound we carry, and it becomes the foundation for all of our relationship problems. Because when you don't accept yourself, when you don't love yourself, you go out into the world desperately seeking that love and acceptance from someone else. You become a hunter, looking for someone to tell you that you're good enough, that you're worthy. You put the key to your happiness in someone else's pocket and then spend your life hoping they don't lose it or decide not to use it. This leads to what the book describes as the war of control that slowly, silently destroys most relationships. Have you ever been in a relationship that feels like a constant negotiation, a power struggle? You give something, expecting something equal in return. It's this unspoken 50-50 contract. I'll love you 50% if you love me 50%. The problem is, this isn't love. It's a transaction, and it's based on control. Each person tries to control the other to fit their own image of perfection. The man wants the woman to be a certain way. The woman wants the man to be a certain way. And the relationship becomes a battlefield where two people are constantly trying to change each other instead of accepting each other. This war, Ruiz says, is unwinnable and always leads to suffering. So, if this is the problem, domestication, the impossible image of perfection, self-rejection, and the war of control, what is the solution? How do we master love? The book's message is beautifully simple and yet profoundly challenging. You must first heal yourself. You have to stop hunting for love in others and learn how to capture the love that is already inside you. This book is a guide to healing our emotional wounds. It uses beautiful, insightful stories and parables to show us how to recover the freedom, joy, and playfulness that are our birthright. It teaches us how to finally, truly accept and forgive ourselves, and in doing so, how to accept and forgive others. It's a journey inward to find the source of love that never runs dry, the love that doesn't depend on anyone or anything outside of ourselves. And people who read this book feel its power. On Amazon, it has over 16,000 ratings, and on Goodreads, it holds a stunning 4.27 out of 5 stars from over 57,000 people. Readers consistently describe it as enlightening and life-changing. Many say it's a book that gets into your mind and soul, shifting your entire perspective. They find it incredibly readable and emotionally deep, a book that helps them finally learn to forgive themselves. Some find it a bit repetitive, but others say that repetition is exactly what's needed to drill these profound truths into our conditioned minds. It's seen as a powerful, practical guide for people of all ages and a wonderful continuation of the wisdom from the 4 Agreements. So now, let's get to the heart of it. I want to share 3 of the most powerful quotes from The Mastery of Love and unpack them together, because this is where the magic really happens. Our first quote is a gut punch. It's one of those sentences that stops you in your tracks and forces you to look in the mirror. It goes like this: the limit of your self-abuse is the limit you will tolerate from other people. Let's read that again. The limit of your self-abuse is the limit you will tolerate from other people. Wow, let that sink in for a moment. What is self-abuse? It's not just physical harm. For most of us, it's the constant, relentless voice of our inner critic, what Ruiz calls the judge. It's the voice that tells you, you're not good enough. You made a mistake again. You're so stupid. Why can't you be more like them? It's the way we punish ourselves for not being perfect. It's the guilt we carry, the shame we feel, the endless cycle of self-judgment. That is self-abuse. And this quote draws a direct, unbreakable line between how we treat ourselves and how we allow others to treat us. The book explains that whatever level of disrespect, criticism, or emotional pain you inflict upon yourself, you will unconsciously accept that same level of treatment from someone else. Why? Because it feels familiar. It feels normal. It matches the truth you already hold about yourself. Think about it. If you have a deep-seated belief that you are not worthy of love, and then you meet a partner who is emotionally distant, critical, or doesn't value you, a part of your mind will say, "See, I was right. This is what I deserve." You will tolerate their behavior because it confirms your own self-judgment. You've already set the bar for your own treatment so low that when someone else steps over it, you don't even see it as a violation. You see it as reality. But the reverse is also true, and this is where the power lies. When you start to change the way you treat yourself, when you start to practice self-compassion, when you learn to forgive your own mistakes, when you silence that inner critic and replace it with a voice of encouragement and love, you raise the bar, you raise the limit. When you truly, deeply start to respect and love yourself, you become highly sensitive to disrespect from others. It will feel jarring. It will feel wrong. A critical comment from a partner or a dismissive action from a friend will no longer resonate with your inner truth. Instead, it will sound like a loud, blaring alarm. Your inner self will say, "Wait a minute, I don't talk to myself like that anymore. Why would I let you talk to me like that?" Your own self-love becomes a protective shield. It's not an aggressive shield, but a boundary of self-respect. You will naturally and gracefully start to move away from people and situations that don't honor you. Not out of anger, but because you simply no longer have a tolerance for that kind of energy. You've outgrown it. Mastering love for others, therefore, begins with ending the war against yourself. You set the standard. You define the limit. This is a revolutionary idea because it takes the focus off of trying to change other people and places the power squarely back in your own hands. You can't control what others do or say, but you can absolutely change the limits of what you're willing to accept. And that change starts from within. All right, let's move on to our second quote. If the first one was about setting our boundaries, this next one is about finding our source. This quote, for me, is the entire thesis of the book, captured in one beautiful sentence. Finally, if you are aware that no one else can make you happy, and that happiness is the result of love coming out of you, this becomes the greatest mastery of the Toltec, the mastery of love. This is it. This is the paradigm shift. Let's break it down. The first part is if you are aware that no one else can make you happy. This goes against everything we've been taught by fairy tales, romantic comedies, and popular culture. We're conditioned to believe that we are incomplete halves searching for our other half to make us whole and happy. We put this immense, unfair pressure on our partners, our friends, and our family to be the source of our joy. And when they fail, which they inevitably will because they are human beings with their own struggles, we feel betrayed. We feel let down. We think, you were supposed to make me happy, and you're not doing your job. This creates a relationship based on neediness and dependency, where you are a beggar for happiness, holding out an empty cup and hoping someone will fill it. But Ruiz presents a completely different model. He uses a brilliant metaphor in the book of a magical kitchen inside your heart. Imagine that in your heart, you have a kitchen that can produce the most delicious, nourishing food imaginable. And this food is love. And the best part? This kitchen has an infinite supply. It never runs out. You can cook for yourself anytime you are hungry. You are always full, always satisfied, because you are the chef of your own love. When you operate from this place with a full belly and a full heart, you don't need anyone else's food. You don't go into a relationship as a beggar. You go into a relationship as a master chef, ready to share your feast. You can say to another person, "I have so much delicious love in my magical kitchen. It's overflowing. I'd love to share it with you. Would you like some?" And if the other person also has their own magical kitchen and is also a master chef, they can say, "Yes, and I have so much love in my kitchen too. Let's share our meals together." Now the relationship is not about taking, it's about sharing. It's not about need, it's about abundance. You are not with that person because you need them to make you happy. You are with them because you are already happy, and sharing your happiness with them makes you even happier. Your happiness is your responsibility, and their happiness is their responsibility. This is what the second part of the quote means, and that happiness is the result of love coming out of you. Happiness isn't something you get, it's something you generate. It's the byproduct of the love that radiates from your own being. When you are creating love, you feel happy. When you are expressing love, you feel joy. It's an action, a creation. This is the greatest mastery of the Toltec. It's not about mastering the art of seduction or learning how to manipulate someone into loving you. The true mastery of love is mastering your own magical kitchen. It's taking full responsibility for your own happiness by realizing that you are the source of the love you've been searching for. When you reach this state of awareness, you become free. You can love without fear because you don't need anything in return. You can give your love freely, like the sun gives its light, simply because it is your nature to do so. And that is a beautiful, powerful way to live and to love. Now for our third and final quote, which ties everything together and speaks to the incredible power we hold as creators of our own reality. We are masters because we have the power to create and to rule our own lives. This quote is pure empowerment. It's a declaration of personal sovereignty. So often, we see ourselves as victims of circumstance. We blame our unhappiness on our boss, our partner, our parents, the economy, the government. We tell ourselves a story where we are a small, helpless boat being tossed around on the giant, stormy ocean of life. This book completely flips that narrative. It says, no, you are not the boat. You are the captain of the boat. You are the master of your own vessel. What does it mean to create and to rule our own lives? It means understanding that while we may not be able to control every event that happens to us, we have absolute power over how we perceive and react to those events. Our life experience is not just what happens to us, it's the story we tell ourselves about what happens. Ruiz calls this our personal dream. Each of us is living in our own movie, and we are the writer, director, and lead actor. The power to create is the power to write a new story. If your current story is one of sadness, lack, and victimhood, you have the power to pick up the pen and start writing a new one. A story of resilience, of love, of strength, of joy. This starts with our beliefs. If you believe the world is a scary place full of selfish people, you will create that reality. You will interpret every interaction through that filter. You will find evidence to support your belief everywhere you look.
But if you choose to believe that the world is a place of love and opportunity, you will create that reality. You will see the kindness in strangers, the beauty in nature, the lessons in your challenges. And the power to rule is the power of choice. We rule our lives by choosing our reactions. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Do you choose to react with rage, ruining your own peace of mind for the next 20 minutes? Or do you choose to take a deep breath and let it go, ruling over your own emotional state? Your partner says something that hurts you. Do you choose to launch a counterattack, escalating the war of control? Or do you choose to express your feelings calmly and seek to understand, ruling your relationship with compassion instead of fear? We are masters. This isn't about arrogance, it's about responsibility. It's about recognizing that the universe has given us this incredible gift, the power of a free will, the power of awareness, the power to create our own experience of life. When we combine this with the other two lessons, when we stop abusing ourselves, and when we generate happiness from our own inner love, we become truly unstoppable. We become the masters of our own destiny. We are no longer hunting for love, but radiating it. We are no longer victims of our relationships, but co-creators of beautiful shared experiences. We rule our lives not with an iron fist, but with an open, loving heart. And that, according to Don Miguel Ruiz, is the ultimate expression of personal freedom. So, the mastery of love is so much more than a relationship guide. It's a guide to mastering the relationship with yourself, which is the foundation upon which all other relationships are built. It challenges us to unlearn the fear-based programming of our past and to step into our power as creators. It's a journey from seeking love to being love. It's a book that can and will change your life if you let its wisdom sink in. If you found this exploration helpful and are intrigued by the wisdom of Don Miguel Ruiz, I highly encourage you to pick up a copy of The Mastery of Love. Let its words wash over you. And if you enjoyed this video, please show your support by giving it a like and share it with someone who you think might need to hear this message. Don't forget to subscribe to BookTube English for more deep dives into the world's most impactful books where we learn English and grow together. And now I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on these ideas? Have you read The Mastery of Love or The 4 Agreements? How did they impact you? Or do you have another book that has completely changed your perspective on love and life? Please share your thoughts and recommendations in the comments below. I love reading them and building this community with you. Thank you so much for watching and for being part of our community. Until next time, keep reading and keep growing.